And we're back. There we go. With some Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. And right now we're on day 2. And we've been introduced to 2 new characters, actually about 4. Officer Marshall, the High Prosecutor, what's her name? Lana Sky is a prosecutor, and I forget. I'm blanking on her little sister's name. Emma. There we go. Emma Sky. And and some lunch lady, whose name I don't really care to remember. Mr. Wright, so what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Huh? Let's see, what is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot in the police department's evidence room. What's this in the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Well, that's what we're gonna find out. Or try to, at least. Alright, let's do it. Well, she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses on mine aren't just for show. Let's go! Science awaits us! So we're gonna go over all of this again, right? You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room. No big deal. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. The oil drum. Was it empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never! Even though she says they don't really get along, Emma really likes her sister. That's not it at all. It's just, we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. What? What's that grin for? This situation calls for one thing, and that's luminol testing fluid. Luminol? Wait, is that even real? Looks... Yeah, it looks like it's real. And you can buy it on Amazon. That's worrying. Am I gonna be put on a list now? Fuck. Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try. Me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. What do you mean? We're testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it. Yeah, yeah, Phoenix, my thoughts exactly. The hell? Here, look, I'll lend you these glasses. You had an extra pair of those things? Okay. Geef vision. To test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Press enter to spray it on. Okay, let's find us some blood stains. What? I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So, is this a blood stain? Ugh, it's so... Emma, you're shaking. It's just, this is my first time seeing real blood. Scientific investigation in action. Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a blood stain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course. What's odd about this? Scientifically. Would it be the location or the amount? Because if man was murdered, like, right here, wouldn't there be more? The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there'd have to be more blood than this. Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna mark up the floor plans when we find a blood stain, okay? See, I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy too. I saved up my allowance to buy that. Luminol testing fluid received from one very proud-looking Emma Sky. Very proudy. We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case. Then let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah. It feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? Guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious. I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Star! You only trust your own eyes, huh? Not bad, you two. This day old deli box is on the house. Ew! Sorry, just that kind of lead doesn't really get my mouth watering. Still, day old deli? Ew, that's fucking disgusting sounding. I can understand day old bread. But day old deli meat? Fuck no. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Star, but... No, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Starr? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hard of the criminal, when they faced me, they coughed it up. They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know, I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I drag the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect. What? And before long they called me Cop-Up Queen. Oh, and here I thought someone got food poisoning from one of your lunches. They are pretty disgusting. And you were let go? Or fired? I felt I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The SL9 incident. Another one of these, like, abbreviated cases. Wait, she doesn't mean... Yeah, of course she means it. What? This blood must be from a mom. No, my sister isn't the murderer. But she did call you, didn't she? At the time of the crime? And her right hand is bandaged. Hey, just whose side are you on? This has nothing to do with taking sides. So that means Lana's hand had blood on it. This just keeps getting worse. Anything on the door? No? Nobody made it to the door? It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. The detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. I suppose it makes sense. The detective did get killed here after all. So, the evidence room, the scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk. Here it is. She's like a kid in an amusement park. Ooh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look. Wow, everyone looks deadly serious in here. Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective done at the police department. Yes, but it was the same. But the same detective was also killed at the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot. Oh, it makes my head hurt. Well, first things first. Let's go check out the police department crime scene. Yes, you sound dead set on investigating. But don't mess up or we could wind up dead. No? I doubt anyone wants more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much either. Guard station. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric. Also, yeah, peep that in the fucking corner. Man literally made a clothesline just to fucking hang up his entire fucking clothes, his whole outfit, a spare outfit. What the fuck? Man's drinking on the job. Look, no wonder that dude isn't a detective anymore. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. So beyond that door is the evidence room. Scene of the crime. It sure seems that way. Oh. What's wrong? It's those cacti. They're so prickly, so imposing. It's hard to think straight. You can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where's the guard? I have a feeling I know who he is already. Yeah, what the fuck is all of this over here? Yipes, these sure are prickly. They must be the real deal. I think just one big one would be sufficient. These cacti are a lot like my sister, actually. How so? Encased in a cold, rigid shell with spines pointing in every direction. Just like her. I'm not so sure I see the resemblance. It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity. This swinging door makes this place look like some kind of saloon. But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way. Which doesn't make sense. Of course not. If you went in through here, those cacti would fall over. Ouch. I'd say it'd be more of a yarg myself. Texas. Yeah. The good old desk of Texas. There's a security guard uniform hanging here. Looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly. A leather jacket, leather pants, a leather... What was that called again? A punchy? A paunchy? Pinchy? I know, a poochie. Wait, maybe that wasn't it. It's a poncho, but I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being. It's rather amusing. It looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here. There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. I thought we could use this computer to check who went in and out of there. Sure, why not? Is there anything else? What's with the... Yeah, what's with the cow skull up here, too? The evidence room is beyond that door. Let's just walk in. It won't open. You thought it'd be open? I think we need someone's permission to go in there first. Okay, so this is separate. Or that's together. This is separate. Look, on the floor. A lasso. Looks like it's set up to trap something. A trap? Here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here, but the lasso missed. You sure have an active imagination. So we're not gonna address man has a drinking problem? Look at all of this. Wait. Because if they move the body, then... Okay, that's fine. And then I guess we go to the criminal affairs? Oops. Looks like Miss Sky is in questioning. I hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How did you kill him in two places at the same time? Are you the Flash? Can you imagine? How's she supposed to answer that? Wait a second. Didn't Mr. Gant say they arrested a suspect in the police department murder? Let's come back later. Okay, so we can't go to Mr. Grossberg this time. So I think we are truly alone. What do you think about this? The SL9 incident. It's written on that knife. And on that note. Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence from that case. The murder weapon. It was due for transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected. SL9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? Alright, what else do I have to show her? If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. But even I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime. I rushed towards the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime. Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The whole of my testimony, as it were. The 5 minutes were the problem, Miss Star. You lying was the problem. Listen, little girl. I've had my testimony disregarded before. And I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time? Alright, now we're getting somewhere. That incident really opened my eyes up to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable? To who? Two years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled. These dudes are like the Watchmen of Phoenix, Wright, I guess? The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence, so they didn't solve it. On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. Only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred. But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence of a sort. Made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved in the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those? Myself and one other person you know well. Exactly. Detective Jake Marshall. Oops. I mean, Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. No, you didn't. Jake was particularly determined. And then it was over. And he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten. And neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? There was another side of that case. A hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait. Those lunches you sell. There's only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends. Boyfriends that can help me investigate. Miss Star's old boyfriends. How many does she have anyway? Just when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection. So, Ricky. What? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yeah. Then you should take this. A Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Excellent for putting Officer Marshall in a good mood. Cool. So, bribe a man with food. Miss Star. Officer Marshall, is he or, are you his... Are you going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister. It made me jealous. And he was nice to me too back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was the detective. But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you. This place is charged with frantic energy, as always. Wasn't that... One steak lunch, please. Oh, it's you. Detective Gumshoe. Now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Now's no time for despair. We've caught our criminal. Now we just need evidence. Criminal? You mean... You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal? On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? And the perpetrator, do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested them, in fact. It's the biggest scandal that hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch. Pronto. Standing around here talking isn't gonna fill my belly. Jesus, dude. Okay, big fucking baby. Wait, don't leave. If you want to know more, head on down to the detention center, pal. Questions should be over, so I figure he's there having a good cry. Later. He ran off to the evidence room. Well, this investigation is off to a running start. Lol. Still, I do feel better about things. A little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did. Best not to go too far down this road right now. Things will just get confusing. What the fuck was that? My thoughts exactly, Emma. What was that? Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator. I'd say I was the perpetrated against, sir. That's what I'd say. Oh, hi, greetings, sir. Wait, I know who you are. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Officer Meekins, so you're a guard here at the detention center? No, sir, I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, like a little lost lamb, sir. You got lost at the police station? Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report? No, sir. How should I say this? He isn't, is he? You... Officer Meekins, you didn't... Did you? Jesus! The perpetrator, Officer Meekin's reporting, sir. What? Now this is an unexpected turn of events. The fucking bumbling idiot is a murderer. Okay, so is there a way that we can get this guy found guilty, throw him in jail, so he doesn't have that fucking stupid megaphone anymore? Oh god! That is so fucking annoying. So that means he's yelling into that shit right now. Oh god. Sir, I'm a patrolman with general affairs, sir. Sir! Ow, I can hear you just fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir, and so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. So, normally there's a guard at the entrance room, or at the evidence room. That's right, sir, because the evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Is this dude an idiot? Like a legit idiot? Like low IQ idiot? Now, the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall? Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. Was that shit just around his neck? What the fuck? The heck is this guy doing? So what happened then? After that, sir, everything went right. Away. I saw red. I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here, in the detention center. How long were you out? Days? Might I ask, what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. A bandage on his hand. Just like Miss Sky, except his is on the left, hers is on the right. I think hers is real. Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office. First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. About your hand, did that happen during the course of the crime? Did you do it? I didn't even read the... does he even say anything? Don't you think you should just confess? But sir, there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do? I was there to tell the truth, sir, when it happened. But the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. The next thing you knew, you... What? Then when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir. All alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hands, sir. Oh, the shock, the sorrow. Can you imagine how I felt? No. Gee, can you probably demonstrate to us? The victim's body disappeared? That's some story. I'm not gonna go through this, because I just cannot handle the sound of that fucking megaphone. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, didn't you? Sir, please don't look at me with those dead puppy dog eyes, sir. If you have to label me as perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me victim. How come that didn't hurt his hand this time? I would, but you happen to be at detention, and alive and well at that. Yes, well, that's true, sir, but I suppose you could say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger, or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side. So you didn't know him? Yes, sir, I work in a tiny department devoid of light or other creature comforts. Because you're a bumbling moron, probably. I don't know any detectives. So if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? Seems kind of random to just fucking want to murder people. Are you alright, sir? Do you... Yes, sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. Here, I want you to take a look at this knife. You can inspect it with your hands. Officer Meekins, this is for you. I'm scared of knives, sir. It's okay, I just wanted you to take a look at it. That's it, sir. Last night, sir. That's the one. I was an apple, sir, in my dream, and I was being peeled. On second thought, you don't have to look at the knife. He's overreacting to the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot. But we don't know what he's been through. The man is a bumbling idiot. How does he have a job? Hey, why do you have that? That's from the day it was taken at the prosecutor's office. The day that Detective Goodman's body was found in the trunk. Oh, the day that Detective Goodman's body was found in the trunk. So this means I'm a free man, innocent. If this is the dream, sir, then I hope I never wake up. If this is a dream, you'd better wake up right now, because then you're at home, innocent, idiot. You fucking bumbling buffoon. Alright, what if we show him this knife? That was the one. Okay, that's just what he tells us. Never mind then. Do you think you could take a look at this? Hey, that's it, sir. That's it. That's it. That's what? My head was a blanket till this very moment. But sir, now I remember, sir. You mean you remember what happened? Correct, sir. That card was the issue of it all. This ID card? Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir. Nothing. I better pry into this one a little deeper. Crime details. Alright, why did you do it? Can you tell me what it is that you do remember? Well, so you might say I'm a little lost patrolman, a little lost lamb, if you will. I didn't know that Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in the evidence room. What the fuck? I didn't. Oh, okay. He's saying he doesn't know him. All right, I had a bit of difficulty parsing that, and that's why you thought he looked suspicious. Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card. Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So you asked Detective Goodman for his ID card. What did he do then? That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. What? Sir, I assure you I was flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and leapt at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him? For what? Do unto others before they do unto you. My own father's words, sir. Too bad he didn't live by them. What happened then? Well, my eyes, sir, everything went white. When I awoke, I was here. Right. Again, how long was this guy out for? Like days? Is this guy that wimpy? So, Officer Meekins, why is it they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? He did it. Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim whom he met at the scene of the crime didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir. That's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here. They told me that it had to be him, sir. On that day, at that time. Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly. No, but the videotape is quite clear. Videotape from the security camera. The crime, my crime. The crime I swore to stamp out. It's there. It's me. It's on tape. And you waited until now to tell us this? I'm really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. No thanks. I have my own. Well, yeah, I'm trying to say best go and check out the scene now, but what I'm thinking is conflicting with what I'm seeing on screen, and that's the reason for like the tongue twisting here. Hey, Mr. Wright, look who's standing at the Chief of Detectives desk. It's Police Chief Gant. And you're sure this is all, You know what it means if there's anything missing. Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked all of his drawers, lockers, garbage cans, bags, coat pockets, hats, under his seat cushion, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away. Deal? Yes, sir. We'll scour the place again, sir. Chief of Detectives looks a little flustered. Right, oh my boy. How you been? Swim much? Oh, ho, Chief Gant, reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? Alright, now, tell us more about Edgeworth. Is Edgeworth going to be okay? Oh, Worthy? Oh, you know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition. Yep, well, they've had no end of trouble with the boy since last year. You mean the incident on Gourd Lake? It doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you've got someone else found guilty in that case, right, Righto? Von Karma. A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence. Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. In any case... In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say. Why, they do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy. What? It's downright odd, I tell you. The detective getting killed on their turf, too, I mean. Their? Being prosecutors, I assume. Scientifically speaking, it's impossible. Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. What evidence is this? No, Righto, I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And this in particular, well, it's a little sensitive and I can't talk about it. I wasn't expecting much anyway. You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets. Can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the chief of detectives trap shut. Ah, he was the one you were picking on earlier. Huh? You saw that? Whoops. I wonder what it was that he wanted the chief of directives to do. Directives. Let's see if we can let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him, "Hey, Mr. Chief, what the fuck did he bully you for? We'll beat him up for you." Come on, Chief of Detectives, there's no need to be afraid of him. He's just a big bully. He has no real power here. And then dude gets fired. Whoops, sorry. Alright, is there anything that we can just like show him? I'm through with that stuff. Through, I say. Go find that guy who can't seem to sit still out there. The busy one. The guy who can't sit still? Does he mean Detective Gumshoe? Either him or the dancing blue badger. Alright, what if we spray this on you? Okay, so he's not gonna give a shit about any of this, right? Actually, what are your thoughts on the blue badger, sir? Okay, he's through with the blue badger. He doesn't give a fuck. Is this real? Yeah, okay. Nothing I show him he's gonna give a shit about. So, let's go outside. Then let's go back to the guard station. There's nobody here. So where is Detective Goofball? Oh, Goofball's gotta be here, right? Well, this place is as classy today as it was yesterday. I'm sure it'll still be just as classy tomorrow, Emma. Incidentally, Edgeworth's not here. I'm sure he's off doing important investigations and making shit up for people. I hope that's what he's doing. The first part, not the second part. Guess we'll have to come back. Crap, now where do I go? No, you can't mean the fucking blue badger. The blue badger is still writhing around today. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's dancing. Speaking of dancing, the whole police department has been dancing around like crazy since yesterday. Can I take out his batteries? I just can't help but feel he's going to do something naughty. Okay. Wait a second. Is there anything here? Usual wanted posters. Do you know this face? You know, Mr. Wright, I always thought it was kind of funny. I never seen anyone who looked like the people in these posters. They hardly even look human. She has a point. That's also kind of a scary thought. Like, what if you did know somebody who looks like someone out of a wanted poster, and you realize, wait a minute, there always has been this like weird, ominous aura and demeanor to them. Can we use this on the door? Okay, so there has to be something that I have to show him. What if I show him this trophy? Because he's done with all this evidence shit, and we can ask him, hey, what do you think about this trophy? Nope. Look at my badge. You respect my fucking authority. God damn it. Okay, I have a really stupid idea. Okay, that idea was stupid. I already checked here. Also, we need to find where the hell Detective Marshall is, too. Now answer me, how many fingers do you see? I'm sorry, I don't know. Well, that's 20 for the left, but nowhere near that for the right. Get glasses, officer. That wasn't a salute, it was an eye test. They make a good pair. Someone used a marker to write their name on this. Emma Sky. Don't tell me you bring this with you everywhere you go. Well, you never know where something might go down. Just what kind of world do you think we live in? Wait, you mean I can't spray here? Oh, there we go. I know I tried earlier already. Alright, am I just an idiot? Because I can't remember... where Gumshoe's supposed to be. Okay, so for some reason this door was locked. Doesn't seem like there's anything new in here. No, 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 don't tell me. Hang on. There's gotta be something here that he responds to. Nothing on the floor. God damn it. The phone was one of the first things I showed him. Now, let's see. Ingredients. Meat. She must mean beef. She probably just wrote it generically. Yeah, let's hope so. Of course, as a scientist, I have to check what additive she used. Good town. It says here, hours of sweat and labor. So that's why the sauce is so salty. Wow, my mouth is watering. I can almost hear the sound of the steak frying on the grill. No doubt it's all cold and tough by now. No, I'm sure it's delicious. Miss Star poured her heart into making this. So long as she didn't put any other organs in there. God, well, she has been a bit of an asshole to us, so not really gonna say much. Come on, you stupid doll. Whoops. Hmm. There's only one place I haven't checked, like, anything at all. Like, I didn't look at anything here except for this dude. And that was for fun. I didn't... Oh, he actually says something? Ooh, sorry you had to see that. What exactly did the chief of police want you to do? Well, see over there? That's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. Took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can. So nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here. Of course not. Well, except for this. What? You kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. He didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete. A lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? The date on it is February 21. Better make a note of that just in case. I really should get back to investigating the police department crime scene. Now what happens if we show him this? Why'd you scribble up the 9 for? Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Well, I never thought the day I would come when Wright would ask me for help. What? Hang on. Anyway, I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. Oh my. Okay, I thought he was gonna do this extended silence again. Actually, I'm sorry. I don't need to investigate after all. Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give him $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out. It just goes to show, you'll never know until you ask. Hey, you're right. And for you, here, you can borrow this. Hey, this is a detective's ID card, isn't it? That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it. Yes, sir, it's an honor. You just run along and do your best now. Later, folks. It looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID. You seem happy. Yes, sir, because, sir, we get to go into the evidence room now, sir. Are you turning into Officer Meekins now, or what? I think this place is a bad influence on the girl. I couldn't agree more. What? And we have the ID card from Chief Kent. Let's just walk in. It won't open. Aha. The card reader's turned off, see? What's that security guard thinking? Howdy, partners. Well, well, what's made my Bambina sky so gray? Officer Marshall. Why does it have to be him? Damn, I should have made some coffee. Oh well. What's that? Why does it have to be him look for? As you may surmise, this here's my saloon. We're here to investigate the crime scene. Yeehaw, that card you got there on your chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts. Yeehaw? Well, what you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. Crime scene's awaiting. Looks like the card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you hombres. You're busy then? Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with this hombres. Fuck it, talk to me anyway, dude. I was wondering if we could talk to you. Sorry, Bambina, but I'm off to roam the lands, like a tumbleweed on the wide prairie. Like a gunslinger loading his six shooter, I say a little prayer. What was that all about, Mr. Wright? I think he was just too hungry to talk. You're just saying that because his stomach was growling. You have no idea what he was talking about either. Well, in any case, we need to get cracking on this investigation pronto. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is up with him either, Emma. That smell, reminds me of Texas. I want to show Arrow this part because I know this would probably piss him off so hard. But then again, any any self-respecting steak eater would probably get a little pissed off at this. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? No, I just saw a special on the television the other day. This is from my baby. Yeah, Miss Star. What's this? What's wrong? Philip steak lunch. I see. I don't see. I wonder what it means. Alright, Bambina. You win. Ask anything. Finally, it seems like he's willing to talk. Okay, now we ask him about this. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of the security for the evidence room, right? Got good eyes, partner. He needs a job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. That poor little bastard. Poor guy. Keep getting his name wrong, keep calling him Makeley. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but I did it. But since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look it, but I lost my fire for the job, see? So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, reckon I was galloping on the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy. No, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. There's no need for people in here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take to machines much. Kinda like that stewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know? What are you fucking talking about now? Anyway. Miss Starr told us something. She said that you were a detective up until 2 years ago. It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of crime. It's all gone now. Like a drinking hole in a prayer fire. You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Starr, aren't you? That was my case. It's all solved on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it. What kind of case was it anyway? We heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened. There are some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago? The day of our case. That's right. But evidence transfers. Edgeworth was talking about the transferals too. I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do. Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen. Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, I like them about as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. Picky eater? Question mark? The easiest ones to understand are these here security cameras. Those are the ones Officer Meekins mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on those tapes? Reckon they might be. You're the security guard and you reckon. One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. Thus the card reader by the door. Card reader leaves a record of every ID card that passes through. So this is the ID card record. Hey, I see that somewhere before. Whoops. Hey, I've seen that somewhere before. Sorry, Bambina, I can't show you more than that. Huh? I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before. And she's just fucking quickly writing it down, photographic memory and all, right? Maybe there's some way I can prove that that record is tied to the stabbing. Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing is about? We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. We're kept here under the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years, so we can reinvestigate him if it turns out there's a mistake, see? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? He goes to sleep forever in the underground vault at the county sheriff's department. So we call a transfer. Do it every February. I see now. Transfer was like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. See this? This is the victim's ID card. No, the one that was on the ground in the parking lot. The number on this is 584-2189. Officer Marshall, show us that ID card record again. His voice is slightly cracked. Oh no, not enough water. Look, the fourth number. It's a perfect match. It was used at 514, right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world. So, when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. Wait, what did Officer Meekin say? I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID. What did he do? That's the thing, he suddenly pointed a knife at me. And if he had his ID card then, why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? Because the face wouldn't have matched. Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. I got an idea. Maybe I should show this list of the other people with IDs here. Quiet. Investigation must be over here. So this is the evidence room. It really is kind of like a graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to have grass, trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. Not trying to scare you. Oh, dear God. Where? What? Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So is it true what I heard? Right, please, do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give him $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's desire. Knock yourself out. Yeah, it's true. So chief of police gang will loan anybody $50? Even me? Oh, so that's what you were talking about. Actually, I was putting in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today? Boss for a day. But guess what? you got the permission from the chief, so now you're boss for a day. I think I skipped some shit. There should be a way for me to actually like look back at that, right? Gee, thanks. First of all, you'll want to have this. Yeah, I should get into the habit of like saving like every now and again. In case shit like this happens, because this fucking mouse will sometimes give me double clicks when I don't want it to. Boss for a day. So Detective Gumshoe, you're boss for the day? That's right, it's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department. But if you're a boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation again. I'm adamant though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe? Huh, of course. I am a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal. Only you can open? I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens. So, Mr. Edgeworth is now with the inquiry committee now, right? They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. See, I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That case? Yeah, that case. The SL9 incident, of course. I thought it was DL6. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe we can get him to tell us more. This place is more high-tech than you think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it. Using their ID card? Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Well, I'm on my third card since entering the force already. That sounds like a lot. Yeah, but I can't even close my own right hand. What? Oh, but I can't lose my own right hand. But even I can't lose my own right hand. Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint? Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coded with a fingerprint. So the only locker we can open is our own. Funny. They look like normal lockers. These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handle, see? The handles? On the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it, zap, you get a shock. If that's what would happen, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't all that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. So that's cool. There's something sticking out of here. Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence for some case. And where did Detective Gumshoe put this here? There you go, pal, making me out to look like some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was open recently. How do you know? If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets ripped or dirty. The guy checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him bring down my neck about some silly evidence? Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot too. I bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt under that trench coat either. If you're gonna talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal. This place is stuffed with evidence, stuffed with dreams. I'm not so sure about the dreams. It won't open. Did you really think it would? Yeah, pal, our security is high-tech around here. Some sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here. What a sorry-looking fishing pole that is. Ah, that's my personal pole. I never did get around to using it. Wait, I've seen that somewhere before. Right, pal, that's the metal detector. The one that led to solving that case out on Gold Lake, remember? Oh, right. Wow, that feels like it was ages ago. And... I don't think I've seen this one before. Oh, that's a bug sweeper. I'm sure it'll come in handy in solving some case sooner or later. That cheap-looking box? You can't judge a person or a machine by the cover, you gotta look at the heart. What the fuck is up with the car door handle? And some cuffs. Wow, look at this big pile of junk in the corner. It looks like a car door. There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame. Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away. Hey, that's one of those human profiles for range testing. He's been shot square in the forehead. Better him than us. Someone left a glove here, but only one. Detective Gumshoe, maybe? There you go, pal, making me out to some kind of absent-minded detective. What the fuck? That evidence is from the case, you know? You mean SL9? It does have a tag on it. What is the saw and paint doing here? Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression. True art? I notice there's blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger. Well, you might say this is my studio. Here? In the evidence room? Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces. Detective Gumshoe, perhaps? There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of hooligan. Apparently that's from the case. The case? The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces? Another piece. Take a closer look. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke. You want to try and put it back together? Ha! Good luck, pal. There's no job for amateurs. Why, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I gave up. That's why I always carry around a tube of glue. Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Alright, puzzle time! Wait, what? It just doesn't add up. Maybe some of the pieces are missing? Let's just try to put as many of the pieces as we can. Maybe I'll give it another shot later. I'm gonna assume this one. Actually, no, not this one. Okay, I'm guessing this one? Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing. Yeah, I got that far too I got that far too in 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it. Were some pieces stolen? I bet they were missing to begin with. Still, it doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar. I kind of understand how it got broken. We continue our examination. What is this open door? Look, this one's open, and the red indicator light is above. Indicator light above the door is lit. That lock is coded with Detective Goodman's fingerprint. Detective fingerprint. Detective Goodman's locker. Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere. What's this? Blood. It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here. Looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. Wright, what if there are other bloodstains left in the room? Should use your testing fluid to check it out. Good idea. I knew it. This is someone's right handprint. What? What's the matter? What's the matter, Detective? This locker, it's mine. It's yours. Please, you have to help me when they come to take me away. Promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals? This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plans. I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police. Whoa. Cool. What? But you're a detective. Slide. Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out the door. This might be something significant. Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. What, this? It's called luminol testing spray. Where'd you get your hands on that? Amazon? I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow $50 from the chief. Where did you get this, Emma? I always buy it by mail order. Well, I better jot this down on the floor plans. So that means wait a minute. Whoever has this ID, the third from the top, 2 more rows down there, that's the same ID again. What gives? I guess we're done here. I guess we're not done. You put these pieces together and make a jar. There are two things that bother me. One, why are some of the pieces missing? Two, doesn't it seem a little unstable? No wonder it broke. I'll make sure to remember that next time I make a jar. No, not options. Hey, look! They're hard to make out, but there's some dark red stains here. Looks like blood. Do you think Detective Goodman's blood somehow got on this when he was stabbed? Not likely. This blood looks like it's been here for months, maybe longer. This jar was evidence in the ASL9 incident. That might be when the blood got on it. Is there anything in it? Huh? This thing doesn't have a bottom. That's weird. I wonder which side is up. Better yet, what's the purpose of a bottomless jar? At least it doesn't collect dust inside, right? True. Extremely thin rubber glove. The tag reads SL911. I guess it's another piece of evidence from that case. You know, I never did care for the word tag. It's confusing. Huh? What's so confusing about that? Do you know how many other words it sounds like? Bag, gag, nag, lag, zag. Zag? Is that a word? Do you challenge me? What, are we playing a word game now? Detective Goodman's note and that switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone. Because the SL9 connection? That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there's some loose ends left on that case. Alright, what about Goodman's ID? That's the victim, Detective Goodman's ID card. These days, everything's cards and secret numbers. I can never relax. That's only because you always lose your card. I always forget my secret number too. Scary, huh? My face should be ID enough. What's the world coming to? Detective Gumshoe, rebel against the system. Here we go. Now that was a bloody violent case. Violent. So it was a murder. A serial killing. Serial killing. Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. But the killer made a mistake. And Mr. H was built his case around that to nab him. And this was 2 years ago? That put Mr. H was right in the spotlight and the start of the rumor mill. Rumors about forged evidence. It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transfer the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Huh? What do you mean? Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see? So that switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself? No, not examine. Streaming Ace Attorney for 9 hours straight. Nah. I don't think I have the attention span for Ace Attorney that long. Unless I really had, like... Unless I really had to like, fill time for a day. Yeah, but we've probably been at this, like... I don't know, about 2 hours now? Maybe an hour and a half? Usually, these that's how long these sessions go for. Because, like, one, I don't remember, and two, like, I have a tendency to not really look up guides or anything. Rise of the Ash is truly a phenomenal case. I know, right? Shit. Here we go. The fuck? That must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien? This proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plans. Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. now what? Is that it? Alright, now is Edric back here? No? Hmm. I'm pretty sure I did everything here. Guard station. Evidence room. I've talked to him about everything. No, not move. That's the door we just came in through. Looks like you don't need an ID card to get out. Or it looks like you don't need an ID card to get out. I wonder what would happen if Officer Marshall cut the power while we were inside. Let's hope he remembers we're in here. Can I spray the door? Only the sign detector friends can unlock it. If we can't do anything to it, why? Never mind. Where the hell is Edgeworth? I think I missed something, unless... Edgeworth, who the hell are you? So he still says that from earlier. I showed him the ID, right? Take a look at this. This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. Ah, I heard the rumors. So it was Goodman. Whoa. Whoa. What is it? That second number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, so yeah, he recognizes Mr. Edgeworth's number, but whatever. I'm not even gonna question it. What? Why would Edgeworth have to come to the evidence room? Hey, pal, look at the time. Was there something you needed to be going to? It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm gonna go give them my report for the day. It might help, you know. Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer? The one that says nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him. Who needs enemies when you get friends like Detective Gumshoe? I'm off, pal. Later. Now we're getting somewhere. Guests. My apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long. Is Edgeworth here? There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Right. He has the hotel bring him tea service? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district for the district prosecutor's office inquiry? I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. He said, yes. He brought me this, he brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. So, how'd the inquiry committee go? Actually, we decided to treat this as not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, there are some that there are some who believe I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. Again? I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney. However, something happened? They gave control of the investigation for the police department. The police department? Yes. Any further investigation for this case will be directed by the chief of police, Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you, why? All along I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still. Wow, I've never seen this out of sorts. Alright, I better check this now. As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card usage? Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Why'd you do it? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go. By Chief Gant, no less. The chief of police? He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. Now I'm curious about this other case. I better make a note of it. Stubborn as always. I told you this case has nothing to do with the current case. Then... Wait, what the fuck? Just... I know you. You probably already have, you probably got a hold of some information already, right? It all has to do with that case you were on. The SL9 incident. And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You were the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you this about it sooner or later. He must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Okay, Edrith. Why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time, Damon Gant. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago then? He was a top officer. I knew it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow, you got nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? What I want to know is why was a deputy chief of police on the investigation? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. You were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won by our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't... Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? If you are still studying forensic science. Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminol testing fluid. Well then, you might have use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I've no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, no need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? He'd probably fuck that up, though. Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. Where'd Miss Cough-Up Queen go? Also, where'd the sheriff go? Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here, in this blood on the detective's evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger? Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will left behind the clearest print. Can't really tell the difference at a glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger. it's time. Yeah, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you. Let me show you how it's done. Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. How do you do that? With enter. See? Ah, it looks like that did the trick. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. How do I do that? With ease, exciting, I know. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See? Wow, that looks like fun. It might take some time getting used to that. It's fine. It won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away extra hard. Or blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. Guess I better give it a try. Aha, you did it! You found one! But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. A person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Other prints? Looking at the locker door again closely. It seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print. Fingerprints outside the blood. Here. Yay! A print so clear it's dazzling! Dazzling? Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away! So we're not done yet? This is quite a process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? I guess she's right. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth, and point out the person you think left these prints. How am I supposed to know who it was? I could make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint was, and the fingerprints are in a different position, right? Or in different places? Or in different places? That means the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprints would be most likely found on this evidence locker? Well, it's Gumshoe's locker. Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look. I guess that's probably because I was thinking so what. Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. This is where we got a luminol fluid reaction, right? Right! There was a handprint here! Okay, wanna try using this? There go our eyes sparkling again. Let's check for prints. That's the spirit! Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What? The area with the blood was wiped away, right? We only found it, we only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints in that area will have been wiped away too. Oh, right. So that means no prints. Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high? Don't ask me. Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. Finally. Hey, first try. Hey, these fingerprints. Whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. Officer Jake Marshall? But that's gotta be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Emma. This is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminol reaction. The blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh. So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a wiped blood stain. But why would Officer Marshall? It looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence. I don't believe it. To be continued. Time to save our progress. And we go back to the title screen. And I'm probably gonna call it there, but I'll be back a little while later though. Probably not later on in the morning. I'll probably be on sometime late this afternoon again, after I get some rest.